caromed into the corner where Grzelcyk first to reach, and the Bruins, I thought, that exited the zone. This may be a review of something happens here. Shore in front, and Swayman able to make the save. Jeremy Swayman from Anchorage, Alaska. And it's another extended offensive zone shift for the fourth line tonight. Here's Shore, wrapped up with Grzelcyk. Coming down low, Pavel Zakin. Finally, the Bruins will look to break out. But Edmonton has spent much of the game's first 4 minutes deep in the zone. But here's Marchand the other way, and he beats Skinner 5-hole. And in one motion, the Bruins, on their first foray into the offensive zone, take a 1-0 lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, all this time in the offensive zone for Edmonton, one shot on net, and it just happened on that last sequence as the fourth line went to work. And for Brad Marchand, he gets on the ice. And a beautiful job by Carlo after that defensive zone shift. He just waits for a second to allow Marchand to get into position, finds him up the ice, and this quick release handcuffs Stuart Skinner 5-hole. And the Bruins on their first shot.
A 28-point lead in the scoring race entering tonight with 124 on the season. And he is swallowed up by Dmitry Orlov, who's been terrific for Boston. He's been for the Bruins what Ekholm has been for the Oilers.
Good step up. He just caught Ekholm with a good hit. A.J. Greer did.
Here's Bouchard walking in, and a shot by Yamamoto, blockered aside by Swayman. Rebound, Nugent Hopkins, and he just missed Draisaitl. Faking the one-timer was Bouchard. Up the Oilers bid to get it out of their own end. Draisaitl all over Greer, but he's able to protect in front, and Hathaway denied. Point blank by Stuart Skinner, and now some pushing and shoving.
Good save by Stuart Skinner. Dogged work in the corner. A.J. Greer's going to find Hathaway, and Stuart Skinner makes a good save once.
At the call here.
Edmonton is challenging to determine if it was offside prior to the goal.
Offside. Jeremy Kupal is usually money on these.
And you got to go way back on the entry. They were in the zone for quite a while. It was good recoveries of the puck by the Boston Bruins, and it goes off the end of his stick.
Oh, he's in.
He's definitely in
That's
before that
offside.
puck crosses the line.
This is coming off.
And there's no question he wanted to make that pass harder. It just kind of rolled off of his stick. He saw the traffic in front of him. A little bobble delays that puck from crossing the line. He tries to stop.
After video review at 7:17, the play was offside, no goal.
Correct call, and a good one. Moving it to McAvoy. Had trouble locating that one in his sweater, and then was pinned against the boards by McDavid. Zacha, Lindholm, Krejci, Lindholm, McAvoy. One-timer score! David Krejci bouncing home. His 14th power play goal, Bruins. 2-0.
Orlov going to the top unit, and it's McAvoy and Lindholm, a traditional power play. This is a beautiful play by McAvoy as he zips this one across. And the one-timer by Krejci, who was on the right side of the ice first, moves over to the left side. And has always had that great one-timer, rips this one.
Are they looking at this?
They are. I saw Jay Woodcroft on the bench kind of point right away and say, I don't know if they think it was offside on the entry or what it was, but it doesn't look like they're going.
You'll see that occasionally at the TD Garden. Any dumps to the corner, you got to be aware. Bertuzzi, one-timer, short side, save Skinner a second time on Bertuzzi. The initial chance for Coyle, and with 100 seconds to go, it's cleared for Fogle. Sent in by Carlo. Final 10 seconds. Skinner will have a decision here, and he turned it over. Krejci unable to pull the trigger. Dishes, one-timer. Will it count? Pasternak got it off, and will it count?
This is what happens, especially with this line. It's Krejci that knocks it out of the air. He knows exactly where Pasternak just kind of flares out to that spot, tickles the Raptors a bit, wants that puck, and this is right at the buzzer. Watch this.
It's got to be over the goal line at zeros, and it is. This is going to count.
Bruins now have a 2-0 lead.
And for now, that's our major part of the game tonight, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Parts that make the difference. That's Napa know-how. Of course, the Oilers hope that changes. Saw that last dump in by Kulak. Another example of that stanchion. Keep that in mind as we move forward in this game. Carlo's drive turned aside by Stuart Skinner. With Evan Bouchard when it came back to him. Now Marchand spinning. dropping for Grzelcyk. He fell down, and the Oilers will come the other way. A 4-on-1. A dish. Bouchard shoots and scores. And Edmonton right back in this game for Evan Bouchard. It's his first goal since November the 28th. 2-1.
Never had in his life. Just a little blow of a wheel here by Grzelcyk. He goes down, and that results in the 4-on-1 the other way. And I like this from Evan Bouchard. Don't force an extra pass. Don't look for anything else. He walks in to underneath the top of the circles and lets this one go and just beats Swayman mano a mano. And Jack, you and I are playing basketball and will only get better the more time they play with one another.
And that closer look from Louis is brought to you by Specsavers. Quality eye care and eyewear should be affordable to all. Draisaitl gets it right back. Cuts around his man. Short side save made by Swayman. Rebound loose for a moment, and Yamamoto can't tuck it home.
Jeremy Swayman forced to make a couple good saves. This stop and shot by Draisaitl. We talked about that shot mentality. There's the
They'll snap it off the glass. Bouchard carefully ahead for Ekholm. Turned it over, heading for that. Greer fires denied. Stewart Skinner. Game. Darnell drops Jake DeBrusk off the draw. Those two came together late in the game in Edmonton 10 days ago, and now a miscommunication between Bouchard and McAvoy. You won't see that often. Devon Shore trying to take advantage. Centering pass, one-timer, score! And this game is tied! And it's Ryan McLeod breaking through!
Up this puck, and he just kind of makes a real hard move. This little shot off the boards, picks it up with the gloves, makes that move, and then finds McLeod in the high slot. Great job by McLeod. Presents the stick. He wants this puck. And the vision by Shore to put it right on the tape, and he puts it home to tie this game in the third period. This is something they couldn't do back last Monday. One goal.
I get very jealous. We go to these 31 other NHL cities. Louis greeted warmly. Blank stares in my direction. Here's Draisaitl. Back to the point. Cody Ceci. Nurse a shot, scores! 3-2 Edmonton, its first lead of the night. 3-2 edge.
And the tough night continues for the top line of Boston here. Just a good pick off by Draisaitl. We talked about Darnell Nurse just getting that puck to the net, and he wastes little time as this goes from D to D out wide. And you can see how spread out the defense are, and he just zips it through. And it's a flyby screen by Nugent Hopkins, who's entangled with Brandon Carlo just as they go by Swayman. This
running out of time. Kane looking to protect. Sealing, shooting off the side of the net. Edmonton's done it. The Oilers have come into Boston and beaten the Bruins 3-2.